Okay, what is going on, guys? Hope your day is going well. Hope your week's going well. This is Chris Walton, your instructor. We are in week 3. Good job on the videos. Keep it up. It's going to get a little more difficult as we have assignments coming up as well. I don't think this course has a paper, so that's good. Today we are talking about, or this week, we're talking about Part 121, airline operators. So as a quick recap, Part 135 is non-scheduled air service, and then Part 121 is scheduled air service. So all your airlines, right? All your major carriers, those types of things. Briefly, we talk about pretty much the FAA. You already know the FAA, Federal Aviation Administration, is the one that grants the authority to operate scheduled air service. So if that you see that question, who grants the authority to operate Part 121? It is the FAA, Federal Aviation Administration. They do this in the form of the FARs, the Federal Aviation Regulations. They issue a FAR 121 certificate. So say you're starting an airline, you say, hey, we're gonna have a scheduled flight from DC to LAX, DC to LAX, every Wednesday at 1300, that sort of thing. Who would you go to get the authority? You would go to the FAA for your Part 121 certificate. This certificate goes to not just airline operators, so not just your carriers, but your regional carriers, mainly the big ones as well, but your regional air carriers, US-based airlines, and then your cargo, all cargo, so your FedEx, your DHL, FedEx, UPS, THL, and Amazon. All your cargo carriers have a Part 121 certificate as well. The Part 121 air carriers, one of the requirements from the FAA is that they have an approved hazardous materials program. And this is pretty much your dangerous goods. So your I guess chemicals, your lithium like batteries, things like that. They have to have a hazardous materials program in place. That's one of the requirements. So question, what is one of the requirements of a Part 121 air carrier? That they have a hazardous materials program in place. Air carriers who elect to accept, handle, and transport dangerous goods in the air commerce industry, they are required to develop a complete and detailed hazardous materials program covering all aspects of acceptance and transportation process. In addition to that, they have to have a training program in place for all their employees on hazardous materials. The regulations for this program, how it should look, what's required, and the regulations for the required training that employees must have. This is all found in the Federal Aviation Regulations Title 14. So Title 14 of the Code of the CFR, Federal Regulations. It's also information on the outline for that in the Hazardous Materials Regulations, 49 CFR, and then ICAO's Technical Instructions for Safe Transportation of Dangerous Goods by Air. Now, compliance with this regulation, the Hazardous Materials Program, this is mandatory for all air carriers, for all Part 121 air carriers. So whether you're Amazon's looking to start their own cargo, or your Delta Airlines, you have to have this in place. Let's see. They work a lot of 121 air carriers. They work closely with the FAA Office of Hazardous Materials in developing their program, so developing the safety, make sure it's approved. They're each also get regular inspections from safety inspectors that they'll cite them, hey, this is in violation, or hey, this needs to be changed or upgraded, that sort of thing. The big ones, they kind of have, because they work so closely, they might have their own individual inspector that kind of oversees their hazardous materials program and makes their recommendations accordingly. So, quick recap, who grants the authority to operate Part 121? The FAA. What's one of the requirements? That they have a hazardous materials program in place. And who qualifies for the Part 121 certificate? Large airliners, US-based airlines, regional air carriers, and all cargo. Cool. We'll continue next week in going in detail of more in the US carriers in detail. So in talking about your Delta, your Southwest, all that good stuff. Your assignment this week for the video post is to talk about your favorite Part 121 operator. Who is it? Is it cargo? Is it a commercial carrier? passengers. Why do you like them? What are their benefits? Is it so? For example, I love Southwest because of the low cost flight. That could be it. What's your pretty much talk? I want to hear from you guys. What's your favorite airline? So that is the weekly discussion. I'll put some more bullet points to cover in the below in the what's it called? Shoot, brain fart. In the paragraph below, or the prompt. There we go. In the prompt. In addition, we have an assignment this week. Woo woo. I believe it is. Let me pull it up. Oh, it's a news article. Yeah, it's an article. So one of the big changes, I don't know if you've heard, is this is good because this is current news, so non-COVID news, but well, it's COVID related, I guess. But United recently made a decision to permanently remove change fees. So if you are on a flight and you have to change your flight same day, or you miss a flight and you have to change it, they're not doing a rebooking fee. I think these fees were as high as maybe 150, 120, and then in addition to the difference in cost of the flight. But they're no longer doing that. They removed it. They removed it permanently, and I guess in an effort to get passengers flying because it's very low right now. The demand's low. That's one of the feedback they took into consideration, and then other carriers followed suit, Delta, American, that sort of thing. So the article, it's an article from CNN discussing this, and then you just read the article, review it. It's a written, like I said, this is all in the prompt for that assignment. I'm not going to reiterate it verbatim, but go read it, review it, and then write your thoughts. So if you have any questions, my email is always open. My cell phone is 757-637-0036. If you need to reach me, call me, or text preferably. But yeah, let's have a great one. I'm interested to hearing your thoughts on that, on the change fees, if you think it's going to come back, or what's the pros and cons of it. I hope you have a great week. Week 3, we have 13 more to go. Let's get it done. Have a great day, guys.